Hello and welcome to Square Crazy Art Class with Gerald Savine, lesson number 61. We're going to finish off the painting of the windmill at Cley today. What I have done in between times, I just worked on this area here. I think you're capable by now to be able to pick up on what we've done before to get all these bits done here. Reflections in the water as well. What I want to do now is finish off working on the wall in this path here. Again, there's quite a bit of subtlety in this, but the primary colour here will be Payne's grey again. But it's very thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some Payne's grey with water, put it into another section. But also what's in there is just a little bit of a sort of brown colour to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pick up a little bit of the raw umber and mix it in. So it just gives that slightly different tone to it, different colouring to it. And again here, I'm going to put more pigment in, more water into the pigment, just to really thin it down. A bit more of the brown, I think, in there. We want it really quite thin. You'll notice that there are in fact a number of slabs of concrete, as it were, there. So we're going to break it down bit by bit. So initially, I'm going to put in some colouring in here. Now it's a bit dark, so I'm going to water the colour down, coming across. And what we'll be doing, we're putting the shadow in afterwards. So I want this to be able to dry off properly before we add the shadow onto the path. I'm adding a little bit of the raw umber in, just again here and there, just to give a different effect to it. Now again, if you look, you can see that there's a variation if you look at the original painting. But again, you notice that I'm working the brush strokes sideways, except obviously just along there to get the tidy edge. And again, it will give a sort of flatter feel to the slabs of concrete that are actually there. So again, that's down. These are gradually getting wider and wider because they're coming closer and closer to you. Down here, just a little bit, and then pulling it across so we get a. So try and keep these your brush strokes here horizontal. I'm going to add a bit more of the brown colouring into this, the raw umber here, just to get a bit more interest into the colouring. I'm adding more water, keeping it quite thin at this stage because we want the shadow to show up. So again, just working the colour across horizontals. And it's going to be a bit awkward here because it's getting close to me. I'm going to have to come across this way a bit. That'll probably help with the photography as well, the filming. But at this moment in time, I'm keeping these all the same, as it were, working right the way across. I'm not worried about the shadow at the moment. You see the sort of slight variation we're getting in the colours. Again here now, loading the brush up. I think now as we get bigger, get nearer to the foreground, a bit more of the raw umber in. Again, can you see it just changes colour as we work along? Nice tidy edge, because as I imagine when they laying the concrete down for this, it would be done in sections. So that's why we've got all this happening. Just tidy up there, but then pulling across. A little bit more of the brown into this, I think. I'll put a little bit of yellow in there as well. A little bit of yellow ochre here. A little bit of that in as well. Just give that sort of. Now that's a good but by the time we finished and thinned it down and blended it in, it won't be so obvious. don't know if you notice how when you walk down concrete paths, how the colours change. In fact, they're not. When you start observing the colours in things, it's quite surprising. All the different colours nothing's just one solid colour all over. Sort of the dirt and the wear and tear that the concrete gets. So again, we're nearly there now. And then we've got the one in the foreground. A bit of raw umber into this one, but a lot more of the grey, thinning it right down now. So the fact we haven't got shall we say, an even colour is absolutely fine, because that's how we'd like it to be looking. Uneven in colour, but treating each slab area individually. But again, it's a lesson here of looking to see the world around you. Again, I always think this is one of the most important things you can pick up on from doing painting, is to really appreciate the different colours of different things. They're not all the same colours. And of course, doing it like this as well, you get the sort of feeling of you might notice also some white spaces being left in between each. We'll be working on to that later. So we got that done. But I hope you can see I got a bollard at the end there, which again was Payne's grey, and then just thinned out, and then just a little bit of white pulled down just to give a bit of highlighting, as it was sort of a beer gloss. Now then, the wall here, can you see it almost has sort of a slightly green tinge to it? So what we're doing there is we're going to bring in some yellow ochre, more the Payne's grey, and here you notice it's been done into two sections here, but we'll paint that in separately, those harder lines. Excuse me. Now here we want to give the impression of the wall being
leave it, carry on.
Sorry about that, folks. Catch up with them in a minute. And here we go, again adding more colour, working vertically as opposed to horizontally. Again, pulling the colour down. So I'm sorry about the interruption there, but I'm trying to get this finished off, and obviously I can't go back over what I've already been painting to show you, because I say I want to get this finished off today on this lesson, in this particular lesson. But again, you notice as we come nearer, the colour's got a bit deeper. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow ochre in here, just to give a bit more interest, I think, to the colouring. But you can see how the effect's going here. Now what I've got to do now is add in I don't know if you notice, but when you get where you have walls, the where it gets near the ground, there's obviously mud and dirt and things have splattered up, and you're getting more sort of dark colouring going on. Okay, so we've got that. Yep. So we'll be very quick now. I'm going to put some shadow in along the wall there. So I'll do this as quickly as I can. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to again here, we'll just imagine the wall, the shadow here. So it's going to be very clever because we're running out of time and I obviously need to get on. Again here we're putting that darker colouring through. And again, so you know to get the perspective going in this as well. Now, I'm going to be running out of time, I think, before... at least I can get the shadow in coming through to here. I'm going to have to be very quick with this bit because we really are running out of time. So I just hope you can pick up on this, how the shadows are going through here. I'm going to leave this bit down here for the moment because I want to just go in. Now it's dried off a bit. Find shadow underneath here. Now you'll also notice that there is a line through here. So again, at the moment, I'm going to, shall we say, take liberties here and just pop that in. What would be ideal is when that was dry, is to just go through and take some of that colour out. Now just again, just to finish off, because say we've got literally a couple of minutes left. Just going to indicate here a little bit of the dirt and shadow that you get with the between the joints. And also, of course, what you get here is the dirt along here as well, into this corner. Alright, so we're now going to have to call it a time because I can see that the clock's going to be beating us on this occasion. But this is as far as I will take it. You quick one more look at the original painting and you can see how things are working there. Will help you get the picture right. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful and I hope you enjoyed doing this, and next time we'll be on to something fresh. Okay, well, thank you very much and look forward to seeing you again